here we go again with a nice face. Shame about the name. Today we have the FNGEEN 6612-1, which, for those of you who know, is clearly an homage to an Omega Aqua Terra. So let's have a look at this thing. Good day to you all, and welcome back to another BBW review. Today we have the FNGEEN 6612-1 homage to the Omega Aqua Terra. This particular brand is available in silver and blue, as you can see, and black dial with white indices. And if you've been watching my videos for some time, you will know that as soon as I get these watches, I remove the straps and change them, generally with these butterfly clasps from the same online retailer. These sell for about $4. The watch itself, which you can see, sells for $12 to $13, which I think is amazing. Now this is the original strap. Just a simple press clasp strap. Not as bad as some because it is not rolled links, and I absolutely hate the rolled links. These are pushpin links. So not as bad as most, but still I do prefer the butterfly clasps. So let's look at the dimensions of this thing. You have a 40mm dial, actually it's 40.6 millimeters, a 13.5mm height, quite a chunky thing, with a 49.5mm lug to lug. It does angle down slightly, so it will fit on my 6.5-inch wrist, and a 20mm lug width. The case material is standard alloy, which has been chrome plated. Not as blingy as many other watches I have. And it has a stainless steel back, which we'll come to in a minute. On to the front of the watch. So you have a plain bezel which angles up to a mineral glass crystal, and beneath the crystal is where the action is. You have a really nice silver dial with a really nice sunburst. The indices are applied and, as they call them, Breguet blue. At the end of each hour marker, you have a small, you can't see so clear here, it's a small green square which is loomed. But for $13, you can imagine how good that loom is. In between the hour markers, you have printed minute markers. The handset itself is also done in the same Breguet blue. It's quite a nice handset. Hour hand, a little bit short, with a slither of loom across the middle. The minute hand, a bit longer, does reach the minute markers on the chapter ring and has a loomed arrow tip, as does the second hand, which has a more contoured arrow tip and is also loomed. Below the 12 o'clock, the double baton on the 12, you have a applied FNGEEN logo with the name FNGEEN below that. A bit larger than I would like, actually. I wouldn't mind if the name was okay, but having a large name, especially one that you can't pronounce, is not so good. And above the 6, you have the word automatic. On the right side, next to the 3, you have a date window which is bordered in the same beige blue. I don't like date windows much, but this is quite small, so that's quite acceptable. On to the side, you have a standard push-pull crown, which, as you can see, is a non-hacking movement. The action of the hands is quite nice. It's not loose, it's not stiff, it's actually quite nice. The movement itself, as we turn to the back, looking at that exhibition case, not the most beautiful movement you've seen, but it is a workhorse. It is the the Shanghai standard FNGEEN, which has a power reserve of, they state, about 39.5 hours. A stainless steel back with 30 meters of water resistance. The movement itself is 21,600 beats per hour, which is my kind of sweet spot. I don't like 2800s because I think they will wear out a lot sooner than the 21,600. Yeah, not the most beautiful movement, but there you see the watch powering away there. You do get quite a nice distortion on that crystal. Remember, this is $13. I would suggest, if you do get it, and I would suggest you get it, pay an extra $4, $17, to get a much better strap. Now, initially I had no qualms, no problems about this watch at all, until something happened, and I don't blame the watch, I blame myself, and I have no idea what happened, which caused a problem. Now, I'm going to give you a few seconds to see what do you think is the glaringly obvious problem with this watch. It might take a second or two, but have a look closely. What is this watch's present problem? Now, to make it more obvious, I'm going to set the time at 11 o'clock. The time, okay, actually, I'll set a different time. Now, I'd like you to tell me what is the time? Now, according to the hour hand, it's about 3:20. For some reason, that hour hand is not in line. And whatever I do, I can't center it. So the 3 o'clock, the hour hand should be there. At 4 o'clock, the hour hand should be about there. Sorry, the minute hand is the problem, not the hour hand. Well, actually, I'm not sure. Is it the minute hand or the hour hand? I have tried taking the back off to remove the movement and adjust the hands. And I have quite a number of watch tools, but I can't remove this back. And it is a screw down back, it's not a flip off back. Now, looking at prices online, it's actually cheaper to buy a case back removal tool than it is to buy the watch. But unfortunately, it's quite difficult to buy this watch now online, especially from the online retailers I use. Such a shame. But anyway, what I do with watches I really like, I buy them in different colours. And here is the watch in the alternate black dial. Actually, being a black dial, I think the silver dial with the blue hands is more legible. This one doesn't suffer from the same problem, as you see. 2 o'clock, perfect. 3 o'clock, perfect. I don't actually like this as much as the silver dial, but it is the same watch. Everything's the same. Let's compare both. And tell me, which do you think looks the better watch? Now, I'm not going to give up on that silver dial. I will still try and adjust those hands somehow. But until then, this is what will be appearing on my wrist. The black dial, I think the reason why it is not so legible is because it's not white. They are silver applied indices and silver hands. And you do get some reflection from that, which is not so clear. So let's go back to the 40 watch, which is much nicer looking. Apart from this problem with the hands, I have absolutely no other problems with this watch and would completely suggest it to anyone looking for a workhorse movement, a beautiful, beautiful face with a beautiful sunburst, and a watch that I think is going to keep going for some time and is well worth $13 or $17 with the additional strap that you will be paying for this. Really nice movement. So there you have it. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again on the green chair for another BBW review. Until then, take it easy.